Hello, friends. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us here today for episode 3 of A Detoured Path, where we firmly believe that sometimes the only thing we all really need in life is just a little reroute. My name is Chelsea Marie Mauger, and I'll be your host here today and every day on A Detoured Path. So to all our new and returning listeners out there, if you're finding yourself in need of a little reroute, are already meandering down that unforeseen pathway in life, which, let's be real, is pretty much all of us right now, or are just interested in possibly thinking about things a little bit differently, this could be the show for you. We will be sharing personal accounts, stories, and a variety of perspectives in order to help us all gain a greater sense of community and connectivity in this little thing we call life. Just a little disclaimer before we begin. Though we do try to keep a mostly G and or PG rating here at A Detoured Path, we are discussing life, and life is not always G or PG rated. That's just something to keep in mind in case you are listening with any little itty-bitty tater tots present. Chelsea, tell me a story. There is a whole school of thought that says if you wake up with song lyrics stuck in your head, can't get certain lyrics out of your head, or just continuously drawn back to a certain song or songs over and over and over again, your angels and our higher power is trying to communicate with you through those words. Today, the universe had this message for me. You've got the words to change a nation, but you're biting your tongue. You've spent a lifetime stuck in silence, afraid you'll say something wrong. Oh my, she said with a gasp. They're from the song Read All About It, Part 3, that Scottish recording artist Emily Sandé sang on her debut album, Our Version of Events. It was written by Sandé, Professor Green, Ian James, Tom Barnes, Ben Cohn, and Pete Kelleher, and produced by Gavin Powell. Again, the universe spoke. You've got the words to change a nation, but you're biting your tongue. You spend a lifetime stuck in silence, afraid you'll say something wrong. Over and over and over again, the words poured and echoed in my head. It was like one of those white ping pong balls you keep suspended with hot air in arcade games, just bouncing and wobbling and jiggling with no place else to go, literally hitting up against its own hot air. The words were beginning to form in rhythm that began to affect my gait and pace as I went on my daily morning walk. Soon it felt like I was almost marching. I wondered if anyone else around me could see what it felt like was happening inside of me. These words just seemed to be a slightly nicer version of higher power's most recent, but yet a bit more forceful incantation. Stop living in procrastination and sitting on your in obstination. You have the passion and power that could change a nation. Doing good would give rise to your drive and extreme elation. So do what you can for all salvation. Good. Great. It seems we're all in agreement then. Me, myself, and many other artistic professionals that decided to put it down in song. What have they both said, and what do they both have in common, you ask? Change a nation. Great. Change a nation. That doesn't sound difficult at all. Not one bit. Now, how in the heck am I supposed to do that? Enter, from stage left, a monumental theatrical movie screen special effects display extraordinaire blasting the missing in action incognito, not so incognito, Chelsea Marie Mauger, dodging the world behind dark sunglasses and a metaphorical use of throwing her bedside covers over her head and sinking deep down below them to avoid anything and everything close to being known as the light. Google. Please insert a textbook definition of avoidance here. Of course, O curious one. Avoidance. The action of keeping away from or not doing something. The action of preventing something from happening. But Google, you make it sound like it's a bad thing. You know, I always thought of avoidance as being one of my greatest superpowers. It's like a magical default button set to unleash its ammunition and heavy weapon artillery on any and all threats deemed imaginable. Forget about facing the problems. Avoidance makes the problems go away because if I don't face them, it's like they never even existed to begin with. Interesting, Spirit. It's almost like you're trying to get me to face my fate. It's like you're trying to get me to face how I feel about certain things, deal with those feelings, and assess if my perspective is actually based in truth or is just a sheer fabrication built on fear, and then actually do some good by rechanneling my emotions, whether they be anger, sadness, grief, a complete and utter loss of what to do next, etc., and then funnel them through a very poignant arrow, moving in the clear and steadfast direction of the greater good. Wait, what? You mean avoidance doesn't actually make my problems go away? Avoidance only deepens the depth and breadth of the void that is already there? Avoidance is like turning a crack in the sidewalk into a full-on uprooted roadblock closed for business construction site? That's why the first two syllables of the word avoidance are a and void. Well, Spirit, that is just extremely unfortunate. I was just hoping to make all the pain and anger go away with the touch of a magic button. You know, sort of reminiscent of the cartoon animated version of Cinderella where the fairy godmother turns Cinderella's rags into a beautiful gown. I was kind of hoping for some kind of effect like that. But instead, I'm still left here, angry and extremely frustrated with everything and anything that is going on right now. And it kind of feels like, well, and I don't really know what to do about it. But if I just think out loud for a bit, I might come up with something useful. But I make absolutely, and I mean absolutely, no promises. Frustration surrounds me. It sits in my sails. It threatens to conquer. It hopes to impale. It's like trying to break through mountains of rocks, but instead of a hammer, you're given two socks. Like a cloud of dissension ready to burst, it laughs at and baids me to act out my worst. What can I do to get this demon in check? Instead of the finger, I'll kiss its round neck. Refusing to be not the one in control, I'll say sayonara and just let you go. Though you may try to get the better of me, by acknowledging your presence, I then set you free. By ignoring you, I just stuff you down, and by doing that, you beg to be found. You beckon and call for me to abide. You scream and demand that I be at your side. If I pay you respect this first time around, we can then shelve the issue, not unearth all the ground. I saw you, you came, and then you said hi. It was just as fast over, and then we said bye. On quite an introspective roll, and intoxicated by her own momentum, she continues. I refuse to let you get me. I am nothing without pain. Even that silly sentence is simply quite insane. I won't let you come near me. You can take your things and leave. Your condescending habits have become a big pet peeve. What makes you think you own me? What makes you think you've won? What gave you the decision that I am Earth, your sun? You like to think you've got me, but really you're confused. Though I may feel your pressure, there's no chance I will be used. No use in standing solemn, it won't change a single thing. It's funny how by speaking up, I let my freedom ring.
Thank you so much for your time and attention thus far. We just want to take a quick moment to recognize today's sponsor, Anchor, for providing a free platform for people like myself to get their podcast off the ground. With minimal complications and little to no previous technical know-how, Anchor makes the whole process pretty straightforward. Go to anchor.fm, that's ANCHOR.FM, or download the free Anchor app today to get started. With just the click of a button, you too can be heard on multiple platforms.
It's funny how by speaking up, I let my freedom ring. And like a bolt of lightning, the Read All About It Part 3 lyrics re-emerged. You've got the words to change a nation, but you're biting your tongue. You've spent a lifetime stuck in silence, afraid you'll say something wrong. And they continued, if no one ever hears it, how we gonna hear your song? So come on, come on, come on, come on. So self, come on, come on, come on, come on. I've been beaten and broken and pushed down and bruised. I've been spit on and crippled and laughed at and chewed. I've been cursed at and cursed on and voodooed and booed. I've been left out and stepped on and squashed down and used. I've been squandered and picked at and picked on and cued. But nothing can stop me. I know what to do. Enter, from stage left, a better version of myself this time, also known as my new anthem. I never gave up. I never gave in. I never wallowed or cowered or even stayed in. I never looked down. I never looked sad. I refused to feel awful or powerless or bad. I kept my eyes up. I kept my chin high. I kept my spirits reaching and breaching the sky. I kept myself clear. I kept myself sane. I kept myself present so my life wouldn't wane. I kept myself here. I kept myself now. I kept myself steady and ready to wow. I kept myself on. I said, brakes, take a seat. It's time for my body to rise to its feet. The tide may come low. The tide may come high, but it's essential to be ready and willing to fly. Not always prophetic, just occasionally some. I know I'm not meant to stay buried and dumb. This is the surface, what we sometimes will see, but the surface does not mean full capacity. The surface does not mean full capacity. Because, as the lyrics to Read All About It Part 3 chime on, you've got a heart as loud as lightning, so why let your voice be tamed? Maybe we're a little different. There's no need to be ashamed. You've got the light to fight the shadows, so stop hiding it away. Life imitates art, and art imitates life. So self, do what you must. You came with a plan. Step up and take center. Forget when you ran. We all have our demons. Put those aside. Speak up and be present. Please enter the ride. Some things make sense. If they don't, then they will. Stop, breathe it in. Don't forget to be still. If ever you need me, I'm here, just you call. Now it's time to get ready to rise above all. You've conquered worse things. Don't forget where you came. You may not feel different, but you're not the same. If I ask you to listen, please follow my lead. Try not to give into longing and greed. If you find yourself sad at the end of the day, I'm here to remind you it will all be okay. Your past is not you, though it may feel like it is. Soon the hard will be easy. You'll feel like a whiz. Your charm and charisma will help you go far. Enough of self-pity. Now go be a star. Sometimes the most important conversation is the one we have with ourselves. If I say, I'm a star, then I'm a star. If you say, you're a star, then you're a star. If we all say we are stars, we are all stars. Sometimes something has to die in order for something new and beautiful to grow. Even if what has to die is how we previously thought about ourselves, it may be necessary so that there is room for the best version of ourselves to flourish. I stood on a cliff and stared out at the sea. Someone wake me from this horrible dream. I don't want to be here. I've been here before. It's exhausting. I'm tired. Can there be more? Haven't we finished from beginning to end? Must we return? Do not hit send. I'm disgusted, frustrated, and sick of this loop. I'm stuck with no room like a chick in her coop. Things closing in on each single side. There's no room to run and nowhere to hide. I'm stuck here just sitting alone with my thoughts. Nothing feels right. It's not what I sought. Get up and get moving. Breathe in some fresh air. Reconfigure. Take notice if you don't even care. Sometimes the best plan and a course you can take is the new one created by the actions you fake. Sometimes the ball just needs a quick shove. That moment might bring some uncharted self-love. Interesting. Uncharted self-love. Uncharted means it has yet to be explored, so there are endless possibilities. We get to make the rules, and we get to decide who and exactly who we are going to be. Why can't that be everything the world needs us to be? We haven't come this far to only come this far. So if we can't learn to see past the extent of the moon, why should we ever be surprised when others think the moon is all that's out there? So friends, what are you going to do today? And I believe that is all we have time for. If you'd like to leave a comment or message, you can do so by clicking on that message button located on your screen. Leave a review and a rating if you liked what you heard, and hit subscribe to get all the latest updates and podcast information. You can help support A Detoured Path by clicking on that support button. Your generous contributions will help to continue the workflow, volume, and frequency of A Detoured Path, so that we can continue to flood your airways on a more regular basis. In the meantime, if you're looking for more thoughts, stories, and insights while you're waiting for the next episode of A Detoured Path to come out, you can find the book Short Girl Diaries, Unedited and Grammatically Incorrect by Chelsea Marie Mauger. Last name is spelled capital M-A-U-G as in good, E-R as in red, which is available on Amazon in both print and Kindle formats, as well as through the Kindle Unlimited program where you can read pages for free. So, until next time, my name is Chelsea Marie Mauger, and you've been listening to A Detoured Path, where we firmly believe that sometimes the only thing we all really need in life is just a little reroute.